Hey, what's up YouTube? No, I'm not the singer David Crowder. I'm just an ordinary guy who loves Jesus and loves to surf. So this last week I'm helping my daughter put some of her cover music onto YouTube, and I subscribe her to some of the famous YouTube sensations out there like Christina Grimmie or Grimmie. And they all say, I love Jesus. So I open up my trusty big black Bible and I ask myself, does it say in there, what does it take to love Jesus? And I find the words right here in John chapter 14 verse 15 in the words of Jesus himself. It says, if you love me, you will obey what I command. So I started reading the New Testament of the Bible, the teachings of Jesus about Jesus, and I started writing down all the commands of Jesus. I get this big long list. Go and buy a donkey. Go into all the world and make disciples of all nations. It's a rather daunting list. Then I come across this wonderful teaching in Matthew chapter 5, 6, and 7. It's called the Sermon on the Mount, and it's like a synopsis of all the major teachings of Jesus. I figure it must be important because it's like the first sermon that Jesus preaches recorded in the Bible. Here's a clip from the Visual Bible that shows the very poetic way that Jesus starts this teaching. The first 1/10 of the Sermon on the Mount is called the Beatitudes.
Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God.
People like Mother Teresa and even Mahatma Gandhi like to quote those flowery verses. But later on in the sermon, it gets very deep.
If someone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you.
You know, I'll be honest with you, when I'm not surfing or doing my normal job, I can be very lazy. And you, my fellow YouTubers, you kind of gross me out with how lazy you can be. We even put videos of our lazy pets. I'm tired of being lazy. I want to be a man of discipline. I want to leave this world a better place than how I found it. As I studied these 111 verses called the Sermon on the Mount, I realized that they neatly fell into 50 different kinds of discipline that I want to have. I even printed out all 111 verses on this piece of typing paper, and I put the 50 words of discipline in red. YouTubers, you scare me a little bit. You say you love Jesus. You say you're Christians, but I'm afraid you're going to help the world destruct. You don't like your jobs, you don't like your parents, you don't like your schools. I'm going to post 50 short little videos now on my channel, and it's going to be the 50 disciplines from the Sermon on the Mount. If you want help with your anger, with lust, with swearing, with not helping the poor, this teaching is for you. I view it like playing a game of Monopoly where you get to go and you get the little card and it says, do not pass go until you learn these basic teachings from Jesus. It's like Jesus Monopoly. So many of my friends say, I love Jesus, but they have no idea what Jesus taught. What if you're sitting in the lunchroom and some coworker you've been talking to Jesus about says, fine, I want to follow Jesus. What should I do next? You could teach them these 50 steps, but to teach them these 50 steps, you've got to practice them first.